got some tips to help release and promote your music, so you can implement these tips into your next music release to make sure that you reach and connect with more people. Quick tip for today around promoting and releasing your music is to have a schedule and have a plan worked out. And here's the reason why. Motivation is super hard once it's out. So when we're preparing something, we get really excited about it. So right now, as I'm filming this video, as I'm recording this podcast, I'm super excited about it and I want everyone to hear it. I want everyone to be excited about it. 2 days after it comes out, I'm kind of thinking about the next thing and I'm not that excited about it. So if I don't have a plan about how I'm going to promote this release, then once it's out, I just kind of leave it. So same with like getting it, maybe there's a bit of anxiety, a bit of like, oh, what are people going to think in that lead up? And if we don't have stuff planned, it's just really hard to do it. Or the other way that really overwhelms us is we know, oh, I should be promoting this. I've got this thing coming up. I haven't told enough people. Oh, I need to get this out. And we kind of think, what am I going to do now? I've got to set the phone up and record a video. Now, what should I do? And we kind of get caught in that, that feeling of I should be doing something, but I'm not doing anything. And that can overwhelm us. So what I suggest doing is coming up with a schedule or a plan. And as much as you can, automating that, setting that up so that it triggers without you having to do it and rely on motivation. So, just keep it simple. I'm going to put a PDF in the downloads. I'm going to put a PDF in the description that you can download, whether you're on the podcast or on YouTube here, and help you to come up with a plan. I reckon if we just do 7 days before the release and 7 days after, I recommend like stretching that out to being 14 days before and 14 days after, and just think every day, what have I got to do? So that might be changing the branding on your Instagram page, changing your profile picture to match your new release, right down to calling the radio station and trying to get an interview on there, calling the local paper, trying to get a story written on it, right down to post a TikTok about this, post a YouTube short about this, film the music video, release the music video, all these things so that every day we know what we've got to do. And as much as we can, have that hooked up for us. So if you can schedule a bunch of posts, particularly, I really recommend this, particularly after it's out. So for 7 days, if you can, before it's come out, while you've still got that excitement and I want everyone to hear this and it's going to be so exciting, come up with 7 days of releases that trigger automatically through Facebook or Instagram so that you don't have to do it. Because I know from experience, you run out of puff and you think, oh, I've already talked about this a lot. People don't care anymore. I don't want to smother them. But beforehand, you're like, I absolutely want to smother them. I want everybody to hear this because it's awesome. So while you're in that spot, set up all these automations so that it goes out on the day that you think it should, and you don't get in your own way. I know I do that for that. I've got so many, I think, really good pieces of advice that I can help out musicians with, and they're all just sitting there because I'm like, oh no, I've already shared that. I don't want to keep pushing it. So grab a hold of that motivation while you've got it and make it work for you. So like I said, I've got a download just to help you with this. You've still got to put in the work yourself. You've got to come up with what you want to do and your plan, but at least a little template that you can just start. You can make a start on that. Come up with a release plan. What do you want to do? And this all goes back to an episode I did a little while ago about setting targets. If you want to get 2,000 streams, come up with some stuff that you've got to do to make sure that this gets in front of 2,000 people to listen to it, or that this gets into a playlist which will be spun a few times. So come up with a release plan, automate it, know what you want to do, and take a hold of that motivation while you've got it. Don't rely on it coming later on.